How's everybody doing on this fine fall morning? So good to see everybody. I see some long timers. I see some new timers. My name is Jennifer Farron. I'm a long timer. I was here for quite some time. We're going to do an opening song called I Say Thank You, and you have a job in this song. Every time I say thank you, you say I say thank you right after me. You'll hear it. 1, 2, 3, and... I am grateful for each blessing. I am grateful for each lesson. I say thank you. I say thank you. I am grateful for the preaching. I am grateful for the teaching. I say thank you. I say thank you. I am grateful for the knowing. I am grateful for the growing. I say thank you. I say thank you. Listen to this. Whoa. I say thank you. I am grateful for each minute and everything that's in it. I say thank you. I say thank you. I'm grateful for the people, all the schools, and all the steeples. I say thank you. I say thank you. I'm grateful every hour for my inner strength and power. I say thank you. I say thank you. Hit this one with me. Whoa, I say thank you. Oh, we start making the right moves. Oh, we start finding our own groove. Oh, there's a grace in living when we give thanks for what we're given. I am grateful for each blessing. I am grateful for each lesson. I say thank you. I say thank you. I'm grateful for each task, all the choices and the paths. I say thank you. I say thank you. I'm grateful for the learning, the desire, and the yearning. I say thank you. I say thank you. Whoa, I say thank you. All right, boys. Here we go. Whoa, I say thank you. Oh, we start making the right moves. Oh, we discover our own groove. Oh, there's a grace in living. Oh, when we give thanks for what we're given. I am grateful for each blessing. I am grateful for each lesson. I say thank you. I say thank you. I'm grateful for each task, all the choices and the paths. I say thank you. I say thank you. I am grateful for the learning, the desire, and the yearning. I say thank you. I say thank you. Whoa, I say thank you. Sing that with me. Oh, I say thank you. One more time. Oh, I say thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer Farron. Whoa, that's loud. Good morning, Unity North. Are you awake now? It's so wonderful to be here. If I have not made your acquaintance yet, I'm Reverend Avril, and my soul sister here, Danielle, and I are here to take care of things today because Reverend Richard is not feeling like his best self. So we ask that you send just love. He's probably watching, biting his nails right now. I promise we'll do a good job. I just got to tease him a little bit. So I invite you at this time to, let's just take a moment and connect in higher consciousness. So at this time, you can close your outer eyes if you've not already done so. And shift your awareness down into the heart, which is so easy to do in this space that is full of open and loving and connected beings. And just feel the energy as love in the heart center, like a beautiful lattice or a web extending out to everyone in this room. But this connection is boundaryless and extends out to everyone on screen watching us now or at a later date, to the community at large. Feeling the pulse of love and connection that we get to tap into and anchor into in this space. I invite you to keep your heart open as we move through service today and look for opportunities to step in and step fully into our highest incarnations together. For this time of love, community, and growth, we say together, amen, amen, amen.
Thank you, Reverend Avril. So our opening prayer may be over, but that doesn't mean that we close our hearts down. We opened our hearts for prayer. We're going to keep it open for service, for the messages that we'll receive through meditation, through songs, through the message. So right now, I invite you to stand to your feet if you're able. We have Jennifer and Jeannie that are going to lead us in our opening song as we proclaim that God is our source.
All right. 1, 2, 1. Let's put our hands together. That's right. We're going to, hey, people! I'm seeing people I haven't seen in forever. That's right. Come on, feel that groove. A little Karen Drucker for you. God is my source. Here we go. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Woo! So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything. What do you say, boys? Let's play a little bit. Everybody turn around to the person next to you. If you don't want to give a hug or a handshake, you can give them a namaste. Say namaste. How you doing today? Good to see you, everybody. That's right. Woo! Just take a casual stroll around. Give everybody a huggy hug. That's right. You can give everybody a thumbs up. You want to keep the cooties away? Give everybody a namaste. Ooh. All right, let's start making our way back to our seats. And I'm going to get you to sing a little bit, but I'm going to give you a little more time to get back to your seats. Ooh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're going to come blessings. God gives me everything I need. Sing that one again. God gives me everything I need. One more time. God gives me everything I need. Woo. Thank you so much. You may be seated.
You sound amazing, and the energy in here feels amazing. And if you're here for the first time, you might be wondering, does energy always feel that good? But if you've been here before, let them know. The energy feels this good every single Sunday, and what a beautiful community we have. Coming forward are our welcome team members, and their job is in their name. They are a team to welcome you. They are carrying Let's Connect packets, and there is a Let's Connect card on there that you can fill out that gives us some information so that we can be at your house when you get home from service. Just kidding. So that we can connect with you and you can connect with us and you can know more about this amazing community. So if you are here for the first time today, please raise your hand high in the air so we can shower you with love like we do here at Unity North. First time, love it, love it. And they're all sitting together, making it easy. Awesome. Keep your hands up high in the air so that we can get you a welcome packet. Thank you for choosing Unity North this morning. Well, one of the things that you find out about Unity North is that we love the things that we do here. And we celebrate them with a special time in our service that we call... It's announcement time, everybody. So now we get to find out what is happening in this beautiful, vibrant community. So with our first announcement, we have our pet blessing that is happening at 2 o'clock in the Labyrinth today. So we love our human friends, but we also love our furry friends as well. So we will also be blessed with the music of Sonia Oseo and James Scott Britton. So that is going to be a beautiful afternoon, 2 o'clock in the Labyrinth. Our second announcement is about a yummy day, but also a day of thanks. Our Thanksgiving potluck is coming up on November 23rd from 12:30 to 2:30. There is a suggested love offering of $10 per person or $25 per family. This is a beautiful time where, just like the name says, we can come together and give thanks. We can come together and have community. We can come together and fellowship. So think about that. You've got the QR code up there, more information in the app and online. Thanksgiving potluck, what will you bring? So for our next announcement, the ecumenical service. It is annual, it is coming up, it is happening, creating courageous connections. This has been such a beautiful event, such a beautiful blessing in our community. So I encourage you to go to our website, get some more information about it. Mark your calendars for November 16th. It is coming up faster than we realize, but it is a truly beautiful event that you definitely want to look into. And for our last announcement, that was our last announcement. So for truly our last announcement, we've given Jennifer a chance to catch her breath, and now she is going to grace us with song again, this time with the song Baby Steps. Please give it up for Jennifer Farron.
Thank you. Wanted to say just a few things before I start this song. I remember when this church started way back in the 80s. Some of us were together at Atlanta Unity, and then Carol left and started Unity North Atlanta. And many of you have been here for the duration. Many of you have served in other churches and have gravitated here. And whoever you are and wherever you've been and however long you've been coming, we love you so much. And it's because of all of our collective steps that we continue to grow and we continue to be here to provide service and connection for everybody. So we're so very, very grateful that you choose to come live and in person. And we love our people online too. We love you guys too. And we send you lots of energy. But it takes all of us. It takes the village, right? It takes a village. And so sometimes we don't feel like we're getting much of anywhere. But when we trust in our baby steps, collectively, they all add up. 1, 2, 3, and... Baby steps we are taking, baby steps every day. Well, it may look like we get nowhere, but that's okay. reach the higher ground. Baby steps, we are taking baby steps every day. It may look like we get nowhere, but that's okay. Our little steps lead to big ones as we learn and we grow. Baby steps make a difference, I know. Sometimes when we walk, there are no footprints in the sand. But we smile and know that's when God holds us in its hands. Well, all those little baby steps of every woman and man walk together every day, sometimes hand in hand. Oh, baby steps. All those little baby steps are moving forward now. And every day we learn and play and reach the higher ground. But baby steps, we are taking baby steps every day. Well, it may look like we get nowhere, but that's okay. I said little steps lead to big ones as we learn and we grow. Baby steps make a difference, I know. Baby steps make a difference, I know. Baby steps make a difference, I know.
Hands together. Thank you, Jennifer. And that's kind of the sermon. The sermon is about baby steps, so we're just gonna skip to the end. Go for it. So as Reverend Avril comes up, I thought it was interesting that the name of this talk is Step Up, Step In, and Step Out. Because if you know me, anything that has to do with hiking or marathons, or yeah, that's not me. So I don't think that's Avril's thing. So you see how it works together, right? But it's okay, because even the longest and the most difficult adventures have a starting point. Right? They have a first step. And that's really what we're diving into here today, that every endeavor, every adventure throughout history started with someone willing to be courageous and take a first step. So in the Tao Te Ching, we read, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Just a single step. And last week, Reverend Richard invited us on a journey. We took a first step into greater prosperity. And he asked each of you to ask yourself the unusual question, what's in it for me? So how many of you asked yourselves that question? Remember, he's watching? No pressure. But we were asking ourselves that in regards to our participation at Unity North. I was so blown away by this question. I think I talked about church more often than I ever do during the week, because a place that's going to ask you what's in it for you and wanting you to contemplate that so that you can be spiritually fed as you're helping others to be spiritual. I mean, that cycle is so important, and for an organization to recognize that and demonstrate that, for a community to recognize and demonstrate that, that's invaluable. You don't get that everywhere. So with that truth, the scripture has revealed to us, it is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. We, all of us, online, in here, we are meant to prosper, to thrive, to be fulfilled, and to be uplifted. And I know it doesn't always feel like that in life, but we are meant to prosper, to thrive, to be fulfilled, and to be uplifted. Each of us is meant to experience the expansive goodness of this amazing world. Isn't that something beautiful? Each and every one of us are meant to experience this expansive goodness. So we've got to know that. We've got to claim that. In fact, let's just take a second and just let that sit with us. Go ahead and read the quote to yourself again. And now let's claim it together. So we'll read that and claim it together. Each of us is meant to experience the expansive goodness of this amazing world. And it's a wonderful idea. And in that moment, in that breath, I felt really good. I hope you did as well. But wait, there's more. You know it's never that simple. We, in order to claim that miracle, in order to live that dream, in order to experience that reality and to receive the kingdom, we are called to be active partners and participants. We don't just get to sit back and experience the expansive goodness. We have to be active partners and participants in the manifestation process.
So there's no spiritual cruise control?
Wouldn't that be nice, right? It is a big caveat, but it's one that we're all capable of, right? We're meant to experience, not just to sit back and wait for it to come to us. So in order to claim, to live, to experience, and receive the expansive goodness, we are required to participate. To take the first, wait for it, step. You got it. And the next step. And the next. But all we have to think about in this moment is that first one. So life blesses us immeasurably, but we have to engage in it. And you don't want to be on the bench or on the sidelines instead of playing in the game. You don't want to watch others invest while the stock rates rise. You want to be part of that process. You don't want to stand outside the abundance game, wishing and hoping, longing, praying, and meditating about prosperity, but never actually step into the game because you might never actually get to experience its flow. Our fifth unity principle is the truth I know is the truth I demonstrate. Demonstrate is a big word. It's a call to action, right? That truth equals the good, the prosperity, and the abundance. So therefore, the good, the prosperity, and the abundance that I know is the good, the prosperity, and the abundance that I demonstrate. Today, the message is a call to step up, to step in and step out and demonstrate our willingness to partner with the universe and to claim the kingdom as individuals and as a community. To claim the kingdom of prosperity, the kingdom of abundance, the kingdom of first steps. So we're going to activate our imagination real quick. So you'll see this next slide. Okay, everyone have that image in their head?
It looks like the prayer chest. Did you
It
notice
does look
that?
like the prayer chest. I did
Which
not
is
notice
nothing
that.
but supporting this whole talk.
Sometimes just putting that prayer request in the box is your first step. There you go. So let's close our eyes for a moment. Imagine this box in your mind's eye. Imagine if everything you ever wanted was just inside that box. Imagine that everything you ever needed was just inside that box. But you can only stand where you are right now, intending and visualizing, picturing what you would do with it. But when you do that, it will always be out of reach until you take a step and walk over to the chest and open it up. You can open your eyes. There's nothing new about this. It's a basic new thought principle. And so we'll remind ourselves that a principle is a tool, not just something you know and put in the back of your mind. We're about practical applications of spiritual concepts. So we're going to begin our journey by stepping up.
So you may say to yourself, I don't know where to go. Well, the beautiful thing is, just like the adage is, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. As you start to walk on the way appears. You may say to yourself, I have this desire to be a fuller and better expression. I want to step into life as highest consciousness intended me to be. And that's awesome. And we really want you to want that. But simply wanting it won't get you there. Just like that box that's across the room that I have to walk to. Wanting is mere philosophy, and it's important to have a philosophy for your life, but action is also required. So Richard skillfully says, act as if. If you want to be more courageous, act more courageously. If you want to be healthier, make healthy choices. If you want more love, act more lovingly. If you want to be wealthier, do the things that make you more prosperous. To me, it's really a matter of what do you really want? Do you really want the couch, or do you really want the exercise? Do you really want to wake up, or do you really want to watch Netflix? I mean, it's not bad. None of those things are bad, but maybe we need to decide, like Richard said before, what do we really want? Step into the skin of a prosperous person. So the adage, again, the old phrase is, you can't put new wine into old wineskins. It's a biblical metaphor that means new ideas and practices cannot be mixed with old habits, thoughts, and lifestyles. Old wineskins have already been stretched and cannot stretch any further. So when putting new wine into an old wineskin, you will cause it to burst. So when it comes to the idea of prosperity, which is instantly a word that makes some people's blood pressure rise up, right? We start feeling a little wiggle and squirm, and that's okay. That's okay. It's even challenging for us being up here, stretching into having these conversations. But if you're putting an idea into old consciousness, a new idea, a new philosophy, that old consciousness lacks that energy, and it will explode. So the container can't hold the new. So it's important as a new thought practitioner to think of reincarnation. And we like that word here, don't we? So reincarnate now. Just do it right now. Students of truth must step up in consciousness and behavior, or the new thought, the philosophy that I mentioned, that abundance is just wasted. So I ask you today, what is one thing you can do to step up and create a new life large enough to increase the level of abundance that you desire? Taking the first step and being a consistent giver here is an action, and it's an action that speaks volumes to the universe, which is you, by the way, that you are ready to receive new wine. So again, just notice, how did that feel when we mentioned consistent giving? Did it make you feel a little strange, or you're like, I'm already doing it? Well, notice that reaction, even the discomfort, aversion. But when we're growing and learning and stretching, we have to have disequilibrium to get to a new stage. Anything worth accomplishing puts you out of your comfort zone. So the moment I became more prosperous was when I made a decision. I was no longer willing to play small. I began trying new things, doing new things, and investing in new things, and giving to new things more confidently. It was a powerful symbol, an invitation to the universe of my willingness to take a first step up in my vibration. And this step created a new container of consciousness that eventually had me drinking a whole lot better metaphorical wine of prosperity. I stepped up. I'm sober right here, though, and made all the difference.
So let's step in. So I assume most of you have seen people play jump rope. Yeah? Some head nods? Okay. What about double dutch?
Okay. I was always so jealous of this. I had, I could not get it. I'm missing whatever that requires.
So there's some stretching of muscles.
There we go, right.
There's some disequilibrium, right? So growth happens on the edge of discomfort, right? I say that all the time in the work that I do, both spiritually and also in my diversity work. Growth happens on the edge of discomfort. And when I look at that photo, I get really uncomfortable, let me tell you. So Reverend Richard will tell you that for a long time, he was an onlooker when it came to double dutch as well, right? Standing on the outside, looking in, trying to find an opening, right? You remember this? You stand on the side and you kind of lean in. You can hear the jump rope, down, tap, tap, but you're still doing this. You haven't gone anywhere, right? Because you didn't take the first step. It was too hard, or it felt too hard. So finally, Reverend Richard speaking, he got past the fear of doing it and just tried it. And he was able to make the mistakes that you need to make in order to actually succeed. Because mistakes are okay. They're part of the process. So me personally, I still haven't tried double dutch. But this summer, so I have a fear of heights, and this summer I did something that was brave for me. And I went indoor skydiving. And I stepped in, quite literally, you literally have to step into that little vault thing, and I literally soared. I was so high off the ground, and I was okay. I was more than okay. I felt great. I felt so strong and so powerful, and all it took was that first step, right? And you can step into the flow of life with that first step. And we do this in all stages of life. We don't have to be older and wiser. Sometimes we're younger and wiser. So at my current school, I was a theater arts teacher when I first started. And I always remember this one student who, when she was in pre-K, she would have to hold my hand. I would go pick her up from her classroom, and she would not leave unless I was holding her hand. So every time we had class, I would go, I would get her, I'd hold her hand, and we'd walk together to the theater. Then we would sit in a circle, and we wanted to include her, so we'd be having a conversation. So I'd whisper the question in her ear, and then she'd whisper the answer in my ear. And then I would say, well, she said that she'd like to share whatever her answer was. We went through this for a year, maybe two. So now it's time for her first production. And she gets through the rehearsal process. So me and my co-teacher were like, oh, this is great. The day of the show, she's in costume and she sobs. She just wasn't ready yet. She wanted to be on stage, but she didn't want to say any words. So envision, if you will, Avril, if you'll hold my hand. So I am her, and Avril is me off stage holding her hand while my co-teacher is in the audience saying her lines for her. That was the step that she needed, right? First grade, second and third grade, she would ask for less lines. Can I just not say a lot? I'll go on stage, but just don't make me say all the things that everyone else is saying. Okay, that's fine. By fourth and fifth grade, she was auditioning for optional shows that she didn't have to be in, but she wanted to, But she wanted to. From the bottom of her heart, she wanted to try. And it was hard for her. There were still days where she was like, Miss Danielle, can I just go home now? Okay, well, rehearsal just started, so maybe not. But she did it, and she did the show. And her story is not over yet. She's in high school now, and she is stepping in and she is stepping out. Her story is still going on. There are more opportunities for her to thrive. So the difference between being on the ground and soaring, the difference between not saying any lines and having as many lines as you want, is that first step, and the next step, and the next. And pretty soon you're walking, and pretty soon you're soaring. And that's the way prosperity works. You get to step on your proverbial stage. And the butterflies in your stomach, the fluttering in your heart, the scattered thoughts in your mind will adjust accordingly. Believe that the joy will commence, and it will. You'll no longer wonder what the difference is between you and anyone else, because you'll be experiencing the difference, and the difference is abundance. And stepping in takes courage, but nothing changes unless you step in. Courage is not the absence of fear. It may feel safe backstage, but if you really want to be on stage, then you won't experience the level of abundance that you deserve. Your spiritual community doesn't experience the level of abundance that we all deserve. Proclaiming abundance for Unity North is also to make a commitment to that prosperity principle. The truth I know is the truth I demonstrate. The good, the prosperity, and the abundance I know is the good, the prosperity, and the abundance I demonstrate. There is action involved, a step to take. And that step for prosperity looks different for each of us as individuals. Prosperity for this community could be signing up for consistent giving, but truly believing that that abundance is possible. Sivananda reminds us that giving is the secret of abundance. It almost sounds counterintuitive, right? Giving is the secret to abundance. So we have to claim that miracle, live that dream, experience that reality, and receive that kingdom as active partners and participants in the manifestation process. You deserve it. Respect your own individual journey. Your first step is your first step, though, right? And it's no one else's. Wayne Dyer reminds us that abundance is not something you acquire, it's something you tune into. So let's tune in and let's start stepping out on faith.
Some of you know I just came back this week from a pilgrimage to India. And one of the really wonderful things that I had the opportunity to do just a week ago today, I was doing this. We went up into the northern part of Rishikesh, which is up in the Himalayas. And we went into a cave monastery or a cave temple. It wasn't a monastery, it was really a temple. And my idea was that it was going to be like Indiana Jones, like, you know, when the stuff is all carved out, like in Petra. And we're going to walk in and no, I don't know what part of cave monastery or cave temple, cave that I didn't hear. So I had been planning this for years to go to this place with my teacher, who is a very, very, a force to be reckoned with. And there's about 17 of us on this intensive, and she takes us up into the mountains, and we're outside of this thing, the shrine, which is just beautiful. I mean, it says no flash photography inside, no flashlights. And I was like, okay, no big deal. And my teacher walked through the door, and then she was just gone. She was just gone. And you look, and there's this little black hole, and she had crawled into it. Then the next student was like, oh my gosh, and just kind of grabbed her, and then they were gone. It was like they were being digested or swallowed. And then the next one, and then finally it was my turn, and I just grabbed Ivona. She was from Poland. She was right in front of me, and I felt someone grab behind me. It was my friend Sarah, who went on this journey with me. And it's so low that you have to duck or your head, and then I'm afraid that there's spiders and things in the cave, right? And you get in, and you can't see anything, and there's one tiny little light, a candle that's attended to all day long at the front of the shrine. And I'm just sitting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just don't want anything to touch me. Please don't let anything touch me. And I'm like, okay. But little by little, you know what starts to happen? Your eyes adjust. That's a metaphor right there, right? And finally I said, okay, I'm really scared. I don't want to close my eyes again, but I'm just going to look at the light, which is a meditation practice. I'm going to look at that light. But you know what ultimately happened after I relaxed enough and looked around? I don't really know what was in the cave other than the shrine, but I was in there in a place where people meditated for thousands of years before me. When I closed my eyes, that light was where? Inside of me. So it was such a beautiful parable for that first step. I was like that little girl. I was clinging, and we were like an umbilical cord being sucked on in there. But we did it. Because how sad would I have been if I went all that distance and didn't get into that cave, right? And I just stayed out and was like, how is it in there? You know what? It was awesome. And I'm here to tell you about it. So, thank you. And I didn't have any spiders in my hair. I did have someone check. So, in the book of Revelations, we say, here I am. How perfect is this? I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person and they with me. The light, the Christ consciousness, your Buddha nature, the good, the joy, the abundance is accessible now, right now. I encourage you to lean into the sharp edges, press through aversion and reflexive behaviors. That's what the yogis call your samskaras. It's just the stuff we do on autopilot. The path of spiritual evolution is one of continued rebirth and renewal. And a skilled spiritual aspirant is a scientist, and they understand that their life is a laboratory. Turn the handle, open the door, and step outside and let the warmth of the sun and the breeze caress your life in such a way that you'll never want to step back into limitation again. This takes cultivating a commitment to stepping outside your comfort zone. There it is, the big C word, commitment. And it is as scary as the Merced River and my cave. And it's the first step into a more prosperous life. Commitment and discipline are intertwined like fingers braided. So I invite the band to come up at this time. I probably should have done a little gesture like Richard does. Sorry about that. And I just want to share some inspirational words from some great beings who've lived lives that were steeped in commitment. So on the next slide, you'll see, this is the teacher, the lineage that I was studying with from my trip in India. And I said, I want to share a quote from Swami Rama. Didn't I do this, Danielle? And I literally opened it, and this was the first quote that showed up. Decide that no matter what happens, you will do what you set out to do. If you are determined, possible distractions will be there, but you will continue on your path and remain undisturbed. Sankalpa, determination, is very important. You cannot change your circumstances, the world, or your society to suit you. But if you have strength and determination, you can go through this procession of life very successfully. It's like exfoliating, right, ladies? You got to scrub it off to reach the newness at the core. And then as you move along your path, you realize that you're not an island, and the fruits of your actions can be given to a greater good. In that spirit, I share this next one. I slept, and I dreamt that life was joy, and I awoke, and I saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy, by Tagore. In a moment, you're going to be given an opportunity to step in, to step out, and step up to a greater experience of prosperity. You'll be invited to take the first step as your symbol and invitation to the universe that you're ready. Don't take it lightly. It's a perfect first step in claiming the kingdom of heaven is right here and now. And here's my answer to last week's question. What's in it for you? Gee, just the life of abundance you always dreamed you could have. With that, let's go into meditation.
And we'll put the lyrics up for us to sing our meditation song. With each step we're moving higher, with each step we're moving on, with each step we're moving higher, onto higher ground. With each step we're moving higher, with each step we're moving on, with each step we're moving higher, onto higher ground. With each breath we're going deeper, with each breath our good is found. With each breath we're going deeper, where the truth abounds. With each breath we're going deeper, with each breath our good is found. With each breath we're going deeper, where the truth abounds. With each moment we go farther, with each moment that we try, with each moment we go farther into a greater life. With each moment we go farther. With each moment that we try. With each moment we go farther into a greater life. With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher onto higher ground. With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher onto higher ground.
I invite you at this time to endeavor onto a meditation on all of the layers on which we exist. Before you close your outer eyes, though, I just ask you one more time to just look around this room and see the first layer, this community, the face of God doing business as each and every one of us in this space, on the screen and beyond. Then remembering that we are part of something greater, we then close our outer eyes and let our awareness shift into the physicality of our body as it is right now. Be aware of your body, aware of the ability to move your body, but also aware of the ability to hold the body in stillness. Be aware of the body in stillness and at ease at this now moment. Feel tension leaving the face, the neck, shoulders and arms. Feel tension just dripping down out of the torso, pelvis, legs and feet. The whole body at ease, supported in the seat. And then let the body remain in this place of effortlessness and step into awareness of your breath. Like crossing a threshold, now peeling back a new layer of our being into the subtle being at the realm of the breath. Beginning to take longer, slower, deeper breaths. Emphasize the exhalation portion of the breath. Exhaling completely, and then inhaling almost effortlessly. Exhaling, gently pulling the belly back and in toward the spine. Inhaling, letting go. Long exhalations triggering a relaxation response, enabling us to go deeper inside still. As you attend to the breath and let the body remain in stillness, the next layer begins to appear, the layer of mind and thought. Thoughts sometimes pushing and pulling. What are we doing next? What didn't I do 5 years ago? I like this, I dislike this. Notice this tendency of mind and use the steady breath to anchor the mind into a place of more stillness, which is actually its true nature. Continuing to let the body remain in stillness and the breath flow, bring your attention into another space. Step into the cave of the heart. Move deep into that space and focus on the feeling of the breath as if it were entering and exiting the heart. And then anything that pulls you away from the awareness of the silence in your heart, just let it go. Thoughts of inadequacy, impatience, even sleepiness, notice that and go deeper into your heart. Let the breath hold you in that space, uncovering the silence that is your true nature. Your true nature. And then one last step, right back to where we began. In that silence, feel that silence is shared with everyone and everything. Observe the nameless, indescribable silence, one and the same as the center of consciousness inside of each and every one of us. Remain aware of that silence that may be covered but never goes as you reflect on the relative quietness of your mind at this time. Remain aware of the silence in your heart, always there, as you notice the smoothness and evenness of the breath. Remain aware of the silence as you feel the stillness and ease of the body. Then bring it back with you as you look around, gently opening your eyes. It is one and the same as everyone and everything. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Avril.
Danielle.
Let's take one more breath together. And exhale with love and commitment. And I'd like to invite Sylvie Drawn up, one of our board members, and as she's making her way up, just say a special thank you to our prayer chaplains on duty this morning, Judy, Jagrati, Teresa, and Tara. Thank you for holding us all in love and light. Thank you for seeing us taking that first step and the next, whether we're in the space or online. We thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Richard. I'm not sure if you got the image that I had of the heart, the slide. Let me see if you got, okay, we won't use that part. When I was younger, as a kid of 4, I was always the one that got all my siblings to collect money for Mom's Christmas present. We didn't get much allowance. I don't know how we got the money. But I was always that person because I figured I don't have that much and they're not going to give, so I'm going to round it up. And then we always got Mom nice Christmas gifts. And I find myself doing that today. So here I am on behalf of 3 groups, 3 of your leaders, your board of directors, your finance committee, and the prosperity team. And it is my honor, and I'm very humble, to stand here supporting the message that we have heard. Step up, step in, and step out. We have a consistent giving campaign going on for 3 weeks. It actually ends November 21st. That's right before Thanksgiving. And wouldn't that be great for us all to give thanks for what we've done with this campaign for 3 weeks to increase our foundational giving? Did you know, this is a fact, it currently costs nearly $2,000 a day to operate this church. I see some of your faces. $2,000 a day for this community to serve over 30 ministries, teams, and partnerships. We are a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week spiritual community. And we depend on everyone to support that in our budget. And as we've been working, the 3 of our groups, leadership groups, we established 2 goals. One goal is to enroll 100 new households to join our consistent giving program. And I wanted to clarify just what the consistent giving program is. I was sharing my thoughts with Edie, our bookkeeper, and she was sharing me how she had a little pivot in her thinking. She thought, I give consistently. When I'm here, I consistently give. Well, our consistent giving program isn't really that. It is very specific. It's when you're not here, you are still giving. That's the consistent part. When you're on summer vacation, when you're watching online, you still have a payment plan that supports the budget. So I wanted to just offer that as a clarification for those of you who honestly, and it's no judgment, perceive yourself as consistent givers. But we would like you to enroll, there's a sheet in your seat pocket, in our consistent giving program. And what that allows us to do is know every week or every month precisely what we will consistently receive. We have a budget every week, every month, and it doesn't change. But our giving is not necessarily that consistent. So if you will just reevaluate how you perceive of that program and where you are in it, it would make a difference. Our tagline for this campaign is to raise the prosperity consciousness of our community. And I invite you to just settle in with all the messages that we've heard and do what you can do to support that raising the prosperity consciousness. So 100 new households. Those of you online, you can call the church, you can go on our website, you can go on the app, there's QR codes, and you can simply enroll. There's various ways. I wanted to offer another example of someone who shared recently that she stepped in. She recalled earlier in her career, she just gave modestly with her modest income to her church, her savings, her investments. And as her income increased, she increased her giving. She stepped in. She didn't give a lot, investments, savings, church, but she stepped in. So don't look at yourself as not having what is gratitude and support and important to this community. Step in and just take that first step. And before you know it, you'll be double dutching and you'll be rising in that consciousness of prosperity. So that's one of our goals, to get 100 new households into that consistent giving program. Our second goal is to get our current consistent givers to raise their prosperity consciousness by increasing their giving. Your board and your finance team and your prosperity team, we have stepped out of our comfort zones. We're all consistent givers. That's kind of part of what we love and do in addition to our service. But we have dedicated ourselves to demonstrating as leaders what we're asking everyone else to do. And to set the trajectory for our goal, these 3 leadership groups have already pledged $1,238 a month extra to our consistent giving. If you do that for a year, You see where that goes. So we are setting that example. We are stepping up. We're getting out of our comfort zone, and it's something that we can all share in. So let me sum it up in one way. When our consistent givers increase their contributions, and when 100 new households enroll in our consistent giving program, then the prosperity consciousness of this church, of this beloved community, will truly resonate with the energy of a higher vibration. We'll be available in the office, at the foyer, in Holy Grounds. Take that sheet with you. I wanted to point one thing out. It does say, I am a current consistent giver. If that's what you check, it's important that we really have you then enrolled in that program. And there may be a little bit gap there. So let's just tighten everything up so that we're all on the same page, and do what you can to make this year's consistent giving campaign the best that it's ever been, and to strengthen our foundational giving. Thank you so much for your attention and your time. And I want you to know that I stretched myself and got out of my comfort zone to be this bold today. But I do it with love and gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvie. And as our ushers come forward to lead us into offering time, I would offer this quote for you as we remember that this Sunday, every Sunday, really every day, we have the opportunity to soar to new heights as individuals and as a community. Shoghi Effendi of the Baha'i Faith says, "We must be like the fountain or spring that is continually emptying itself of all that it has and continually being refilled from an invisible source." May we all continue to be refilled. So we have our prayer box in front of us. Again, that is a first step for many of us. And thank you to the prayer chaplains who will be praying over that. And before our offering baskets come around, let us say our offering blessing together. I am so blessed, I am so prosperous, and it is my great pleasure to share of my blessings and to share of my prosperity. And in the giving, the entire world is blessed. Thank you, God. Please join us in singing our offering song. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. And now we are so blessed to have one more song by Jennifer Farron. Put your hands together with love and abundance for Jennifer Farron.
And keep it going, because I need a little clappy clap clap on the 2 and 4 action. Are you ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Oh, when life appears unclear, love is the answer. When we seem to find our way, love is the answer. Love ourselves and one another, sister, brother, other, love's the answer. Oh yeah. When we need to be okay, love is the
you. Don't we have an amazing band, right? And that song, that is the song that we need to go out on. Do you mind if we go out on that one instead of "And I Thank You"? Is that good? Because love is the answer, and as Reverend Richard would say, what was the question? But love is the answer. So let's stand to our feet if you're able. Open your hearts if you're online. We are going to go ahead and reprise that song because that is the answer to our day.
When you're lost and you're afraid, love is the answer. When we need to find our way, love is the answer. Love ourselves and one another, sister, brother, other, love's the answer. When we need to be okay, love is the answer. When we need to find our way, love is the answer. Love ourselves and one another, sister, brother, other, love's the answer. Say it with me, you know it now. Love, love is the answer. Love, love is the answer. Love, love is the answer. Here we go, guys. Love, love is the answer.
Love is the answer to all of our challenging questions. Let us take that answer out of this space and into our communities. I love you all. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Take that love with you.
All right, chorus, one more time, then we're out. Here we go. Love, love is the answer. If you don't know, it's love. Love, love is the answer. That's right, sing it loud and proud. Love, love is the answer. One more time. Love, love is the answer. All right, thank you, everybody.